Hello. It's almost 1 a.m. and it's Friday, April 10 or 11, maybe. I did homework. Woke up to do homework and eat food. I want to talk about a lot of things today. And basically, I spent some time playing video games. My Overwatch account got suspended. Oh my god. I'm just gonna be honest, it's really annoying. I hate that game. They're so oversensitive, dude. You know, people are stupid in that game and I say, "You're stupid. You suck at the game." and then everyone reports me and then I get banned. But I'm not lying, okay? I hate that game. I've been banned from it 5 times. It's the only game I've been banned from. Fuck them. It's probably for the best. It's a stupid game anyways, and it's a waste of time for me to play. But how does that make me feel? Sometimes it makes me feel like I'm a bad person, but really I think I'm a very normal person and anyone would get frustrated. Let me get my little pen. Oh, I don't have one here. Okay, you're gonna come with me to get a pen. Look at my painting. Isn't that pretty? Is that me? Yeah. You get to see me in the mirror. Okay. So, anyways, we're gonna talk about boy. We're gonna talk about business. We're gonna talk about social media. What else are we gonna talk about? School. Shoot. I have to wake up tomorrow. But I think that's enough to talk about. Alright, so first we're gonna talk about boy. So listen. My pattern in relationships is not knowing my self-worth and dating trash men. And I just say they're trash because they don't see value in me at all. Because I don't see it in myself. And it's really hard because I can't succeed when I try to date from a masculine perspective. Like Chase. I don't ever succeed really. And when I do get a relationship, it's usually awful and not at all what I need. But there's been multiple men in my life who have been pursuing me. And a couple of them, one last Saturday, failed me. He wanted to go with me to this event in Santa Fe, and he thought I was going to buy the tickets and I was going to drive us. You know what's more fun than paying for a stupid man's ticket and driving a man to an event? Buying my own ticket and driving myself and having fun by myself. That sounds fun. Literally. I am not interested in dating for the sake of company or companionship. That's great. I want a man and a guy who's going to make my life easier. You're driving, baby boy. You're driving. You're paying for the tickets, okay? I can do all that shit myself, and I can take myself. The only reason you're here is to do things. I want tangible evidence, okay? I'm the one who's bringing the presents, okay? The presents, the aura, okay? It's me. But I was insulted when he suggested that. So I basically was like, what I do when I reject a guy is I say, no worries, delete from my phone completely forever. Another guy last week took me out. I've been on a lot of interesting, like, romantic excursions over the past couple years. And a lot of guys just don't meet my standards at all. And this latest guy, not this one that was going to take me to Santa Fe, I knew him a little bit, and he disappointed me. Surprise, surprise. Stupid. It's just stupid because it's like, men just don't get it. You know, they don't get it. They can't meet my standards. I meet my standards myself, okay? The only thing I want you here for is to help meeting my standards easier. The standards for my life. I want them to be met more easy, you know? And then this last guy I dated took me to Panda Express after the gym. He found me at the gym, and then he took me to Panda Express. And then he wanted a hug after Panda Express. And I didn't want to hug him because he looks kind of like a fucking monkey. Okay? He looks like an orangutan. And last time I hugged him, he like sucked on my neck almost. It was really weird and awkward. So I'm like, I'm not fucking hugging you. You're gross. I didn't tell him that. I just said I don't want a hug. And then he texted me and said, you owe me a hug next time I see you. Blocked. Deleted from my phone. Right? I'm not here to deal with stupid shit like that. And then so many people were telling me, a hug is different from sex. He wasn't asking to make out. He wasn't... Nope. Doesn't matter. Any form of intimate physical touch requires consent. And it's very fucking easy for me to understand that. If I want to hug, touch, kiss, make out, or sleep with someone, and they don't want to, it's not hard for me to be like, okay. I'm not going to text and be like, you owe me a makeout session next time I see you because you didn't want it. You owe me a hug. You owe me a caress. You owe me a cuddle. You owe... Like, what the fuck? This world is messed up. It's messed up. Seriously. Thank God I'm here. Thank God. But also, fuck everything that I'm here. Because everything's backwards. Literally, people don't understand consent. There's just all this crazy crap going on all over the place. Everybody's very dense, living from their ego, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but anyways. We're going to talk about the new boy. Now, I get real excited when I meet a new boy. But I can't get sidetracked from my mission, okay? Because this one is handsome. They're usually not handsome. Usually the ones that want me are like, they look like monkeys, you know? And I'll take it. I don't really care as much what you look like. Granted, if you're weird and you don't understand consent and you also fucking look like a monkey, I'm not gonna hug you and I'm not gonna like you. Okay? It's your physical appearance is not helping you. Okay? But if you look like a monkey and you show up like a king, baby, you could be my king. Seriously. I care more about the actions you're doing, what you're doing action-wise in my life. Fuck, this is so nice. To make it easier. And so, you know, but this one is not ugly. He is very handsome. And he works at the gym that I go to. And I flirted with him a little bit. I flirted with him and he flirted back. And he's very handsome and he's tall. And I can't let him know that I like him because it will ruin everything, okay? It will ruin everything. And it's really difficult, okay? It's really difficult to, because I've never done this before. You know, I've been practicing for almost a year being a diva and having higher standards in my dating. But now, this guy is kind of attracted to me and magnetized to me, and he's like really, really attractive to me. And I'm more familiar with my old patterns than I am with my new patterns. My old patterns would be not knowing my worth, chasing him, going after him, stepping out of my power, getting insecure, all of that, etc. Okay? And sabotaging the relationship. That's happened many times, even in relationships I've had. Oh my God. Oh my God. This feels so nice. Okay, we're gonna continue talking. Just give me a sec. Oh, okay. So, I don't know if I shouldn't say his name, but he's very handsome. He's very tall. He likes to flirt with me. And I kind of flirted with him and I just, compliment him and stuff like that. And then he wanted to show me a picture one time. Oh, he wanted to show me a picture one time of like him without clothes on. He had pants. He just was like, oh, I took some muscle pictures. And he wanted to show me on his phone. And he was like, yeah, Pan, let me show you these pictures. And I was like, rolling my eyes like, you think that, that's my priority here? Boy, I don't care about your shirtless pictures, but he really wanted me to see. So that's kind of when I knew he liked me. It's like, let me show you what I look like without clothes. Okay. And yeah, he was telling me about his back workout and that he was showing me a picture of his back. He's like, look at this. And then he's like, I just feel so wide when I do a back workout. And then it was just very sweet. And then, well, what happened? Listen, he can never find this video. It's gonna be really something that he's never gonna find, okay? So don't worry. Literally, I only have like one viewer for my 40-minute YouTube videos, and that viewer is me. Me! Because I like to go back and listen to my own talking. But listen, he is flirting with me. And last time I saw him, you know, he always says hi to me when I come in the gym. And then last time I saw him, I left the gym. And he said, like, I'll miss you. Girl, miss me? He's never said that before. He's gonna miss me, apparently. You know? And if he wasn't helping a customer, I would have walked up to that counter and I would have said, oh yeah, you're gonna miss me, baby boy? How much you gonna miss me? You're gonna miss me enough to drop $150 in my Cash App right now? That's what I would have done. I could have gotten some quick money, girl. You really gonna miss me? Let's see the evidence, baby boy. I like men who spend money on me. That's the most attractive trait. Spend money on me and put it in my bank account. You want to win your way to my heart? Do that, okay? Give me Benjamin Franklin's, multiple, upon arrival. Right into my hand, okay? But I thought about this with my last relationship is if I had slowed down and let it go a little bit slower, it would have progressed really healthily and it wouldn't have spiraled. And I think I need to do that here. So I really like this guy. He's very handsome. But the truth is I have many options open at the same time usually. And not because I'm chasing guys. I don't do that. Okay? But all these guys coming at me. I'm attracting them in my feminine energy. And they want this. And they're all coming forward. Some of them are like, oh, drive me to this place, buy my ticket, and blah, blah. I'm like, fuck that, no. Some of them are like, let me buy you dinner and let me go take you to the movies. And I'm like, oh, that sounds fun, let's go. And they pay, of course, and then I pay by showing up looking really hot and showing up with my energy and my presence. That's what my payment is, okay? And basically, I have standards. And you know what I'm learning? Guys that are respectable are really attracted to feminines like me, whether we're men or women, who do have standards. Because it's so attractive to guys who are kind of like in their king energy. Because to them, it's like, so if we were dating, right? First of all, if I can just get in bed with you after the first date, that means we could be married. We could be boyfriend and girlfriend or boyfriend and boyfriend. And someone else could take you out on a date and sleep with you. Because that's how low your standards are. Even if we were dating, you know? Like, that's how easy it is. Versus if they had to carve their way and compete against everyone else and put in the work and show up continuously for months, you know, before you even open the door. They don't get a hug for doing, you know, some other guy can't just take you to Panda Express. Coworker can't just take you to Panda Express and then ask for a hug. No. He's got to spend at least $150,000 on you, and then he gets a hug. That's sexy in your wife, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your husband, okay? Because then you know, you put in all that work, it's security, baby. Don't matter how good the other options look, it don't matter how they look, it don't matter, you know, what they're doing. They have to put in just as much work as the king put in if they want any chance of getting what he got. And anyone can earn the spot to be my king, anybody, literally anybody can. It's just it takes work, physical evidence, and time. That's all it takes. And that's what I'm looking for. And I sort of am past the illusion as well of, because men are attracted to people based on how those people make them feel and how those people look. So it's about the kind of the material and themselves. And that's not bad. It's just how they are. And so I'm not like, I'm past the point where I'm going to try to control a man, even if I'm married to him or I'm dating him as a boyfriend. Because what a waste of energy, okay? To try to control a man. That's such a waste of energy when I could just control my life and control myself. And if he's interested or chasing other people or being unfaithful, you just don't tell anybody. Don't let him know. And you wait until you want something real expensive. Okay? And then you pop it on him. You pop it on him. And you say, I know what you've been doing. And you gotta cry, but I'm not good at fake crying. But I would try, okay? I would try to fake cry and say, I know you've been cheating on me. And I really, really can't believe it. And the only thing that can make me feel better is if you give me like $20,000 or if you buy me this new thing that I really want. And buy me flowers every day for the next 30 days. Right? And then you don't give him a hug, you don't touch him, you don't give him anything. Okay? Because he made his choice. He wants the mistress. Okay, let him have the mistress. And then you tell him, you cry with your fake tears and you say, if you want me back, you gotta give me this gift that I want, okay? Period. Listen, men are programmed to do that. I don't know why. They're just programmed to sleep around and find other people. It's just how they are. You can't blame them. But when they do it, you can basically use that to get more money or get something that you want, okay? So quit trying to think that men are faithful, blah, blah, blah. Maybe some guy will prove me wrong, but I think men just really, the way they operate is they just are attracted to people based on how those people make them feel, based on how those people look, based on how they're magnetized to people. And, you know, they can be attracted to people all the time, throughout the day, throughout the year, throughout the week. That isn't their partner. It's not bad or good. It's just who they are, you know? But, anyways, I love my hair right now. I want to get a tattoo right here. I think it would be really cool. So we've been talking about boys. Boys, boys, boys. I love talking about boys. So yeah, he's really cool, but you know, I'm not gonna chase. Even if he's like really cool looking. Because I have to remember that my standards aren't based on the way they look. My standards are based on the way they act. And there's things I think I could do to hint to him what I need as far as actions. And if he wants it, he'll show up. And if he don't, that's okay. And meanwhile, pouring all my energy into myself, because I notice he's become more attracted to me when he found out that I like do dancing every day, that I do singing every day, that I flex my muscles every day. When he saw what my muscles looked like without a shirt on, of course, because I mean, I'm gorgeous, okay? But all of these factors combined with I also am starting a business, and I got a client, and all of these things about my life are very interesting, and I'm very sexy, and I'm very gorgeous, and don't tell him, but I'm actually very kind too. I'm very, very kind and loving. And so why wouldn't you be obsessed with me? So he is getting more and more obsessed with me. He seems secure enough and confident enough. The problem I face sometimes is guys don't realize that they're good enough to have a guy like me. And that has happened too many times in my relationships where crazy stuff happens when people aren't secure. It's like, I like you and I want to be with you. And you don't feel secure, don't feel good enough, don't feel like you're attractive enough. And now you're sabotaging everything. Okay, that's happened so many times. Pendulum. I want to be a witch. I love being a witch. He also has like, I want to say he's Nordic. So like that's another good green flag for me. Because it's like, okay, you're witchy maybe a little bit. Like, but listen, he's got to show up. He's got to show up. He's got to do the work. He's got to take me out to dinner. I don't really know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't have to do anything. I just have to be myself. Problem is, I know that I'm going to move away in the fall. So I don't think that sets things up for a relationship. But you never know, I guess. He might actually find me again. When after I move, if he really likes me that much. I guarantee you, I leave an impact. People never forget me. It's true. Okay, I've talked so much about boys, but I really like him. I really like him a lot. And I was fantasizing about him spending a lot of money on me and giving me money and giving me a lot of gifts. And that's what I was fantasizing about yesterday. Before I went to bed. I want some milk. I love milk, dude. I know people think it's gross, but I love it. We're gonna walk over here. Hello. Okay, I'm just gonna drink it out of the jug like a psychopath. Stay. Oh my god. I know I can't be the only one that likes drinking milk. We're gonna crack this open. Got some berries here. Alright, is this one dirty or what? I'm not gonna tell you his name, but I will say his name starts with an L. Okay? That's all I'll say. L. And he's handsome. And I like him, but he can never know. He always has to be stressed out. He also asked about my date, how my date went. He wanted to know about the competition. And I said I let him go. He couldn't meet my standards. No. I basically said, you gotta stress him out. Yeah, men like to be stressed out. They're more in love when they're stressed. Make them stressed. Okay. Business. Let's talk about social media. Just saw a video of Scarlett Johansson saying how she doesn't use social media because it damages her self-esteem. I'll tell you why. And sitting here talking to you, which is basically talking to Pan, because he's always going to be my one viewer, girl. If I get no views, I know I'll always have one, and it's going to be myself. I'm a huge fan. Sometimes I rewatch the episodes. But you gotta love yourself. Listen, when I was a young person, I'm talking high school, making friends in high school especially, I loved myself. I fucking loved myself so much. Like 15, 16, right around there. And I was around so many young girls who hated themselves and told me, like, I even remember saying things like I love myself and, being happy in myself. And these people, these girls especially, would say to me, you can't say that. Like, that's conceited and that's narcissistic and blah, blah, blah. And so I went down this rabbit hole of thinking I was a bad person for loving myself and sabotaging myself. And that helped. I learned a lot about other people's experience and suffered a lot and sabotaged my life and hit rock bottom multiple times, and my empathy grew through the roof. However, here I am back where I started, loving myself again. And this time I'm not going to fall for that bullshit of you shouldn't do that, that's narcissistic. I don't care. You know what narcissists can't do? Empathize. You know what I can do? Just that. And I'd rather love myself than hate myself. That's stupid. But the reason social media is bad for your image is because it's called a black mirror. Black mirror and white mirror. White mirrors are objects. They're basically regular mirrors that you can see your reflection in, and they're a symbol of Aphrodite. And what is Aphrodite? Goddess of beauty, of self-love, right? Of acceptance, self-love, beauty, falling in love. In order to fall in love with other people, you have to fall in love with yourself. Aphrodite is a symbol of physical beauty, attraction, etc. And you feel all of that within yourself when you have white mirrors in your house. Now, black mirrors are the opposite. They are basically cell phones, computer screens, television screens, things that we look through that don't show us ourselves like a white mirror. They show us other people. It's like a portal to other people and their lives and their experiences. And it's not bad nor good, but it's not going to do what the white mirrors do. Because the more I look, like even looking at myself here now, I look good, I look cute, I like the way I look, I like talking to myself, I like my crystal thing, right? But, and after I'm done looking in the mirror for like 25 minutes, as I prefer to do, I have mirrors all around my house too, just not in the bedroom. It's important. But basically after we're done with that, I feel better. I feel good about myself. My energy, my chakra feels elevated. Versus when I interact with a black mirror, I feel drained. I feel negative. I feel unhappy. I feel insecure. My chakras feel all messed up. I feel unworthy. I feel ugly. Right? And then here I am talking to myself on the camera. Absolute opposite experience. I look damn good. I look cute. I could look at myself all day like this, baby girl. Let's make an hour video today. Okay? So you have to be very careful with black mirrors. Now, here's the thing. I talk about things like black mirrors and chakras, etc. And I'm learning. I have a 4.0, mind you, in my degree of exercise science. I could get a PhD with a 4.0 just to prove a point, which is the future of medicine is merging the spiritual and the scientific. They are more alike than they are unalike. And the spiritual is feminine healing medicine. Scientific is masculine healing. Because we've lived in a masculine culture for hundreds of years, that's the only thing we think is real and valid. And feminine, and they've been kind of at war with one another. They don't need to be. Literally, it's causing so much hindrance. If therapists were to talk about chakras and energy held in the body, if doctors were to use crystals, girl, everything would change. And that's why I've been born as a gay man, because a lot of people won't give a shit what's coming out of my mouth unless I'm a man. Okay? But I'm energetically feminine. So I'm here to merge these two things together. I also hate doing the masculine work. It's not my preference. It sucks. 8 years of school. Are you kidding? That's a lot. That's hard. Okay? The biggest thing I've learned from studying health, studying the human body, is like, there's so much we don't know. And like, I am literally bullshitting my way to a 4.0. We have mock clients, and I'm just like, this is what I would fucking pretend to do if I was a physical therapist. People trust physical therapists, doctors, doctors in every field with their lives. Like their word is all or nothing. And there are doctors who want to do surgeries on you or do things to make money. I'm not saying that's all doctors, definitely not. But it's insane. It's insane that learning about this, I've realized this isn't actually that legitimate or legitimized. It's all pretend legitimized. And I can pretend I'm legit, when really I'm looking at all of these things as an exercise science professional, and I'm like, this isn't even scratching the surface. I'm no expert. And the guy I dated that was a physical therapist is definitely not an expert. And a lot of things are already there and being practiced and shared by people who find their healing through a feminine way, through their intuition. I'm not saying that's better or worse, but the two worlds have to merge. They have to. And the feminine is the one that has been underrepresented for a long time. And that's why I'm here. Okay. So, we're staying off the Black Mirrors. And I got banned from Overwatch. Oh my god. Look, I type in all caps, okay? I type in all caps and I get mad at other people and I say, "You are stupid. You are stupid. What are you doing? Why are you playing like that? You don't know how to play the game. Go away. You're trolling." You know? And then they're like, "Ban him. Ban him. He's screaming in the keyboard." Okay. Next, we're talking about school. Oops. Okay, we're gonna talk about school. So listen to me. I want to get one of those ASMR things. Listen, I don't care about school as much anymore. I'll go do whatever the fuck I want. I'll go get a PhD eventually, at some point in my life, just to prove those motherfuckers wrong. And just to appease the masculine culture that dictates that you need physical, tangible things, which are not irrelevant. Don't forget that. Papers and tangible things are not meaningless. They're just masculine. I got these blackberry things in my teeth. Okay. Anyway, school. I'm gonna work really hard. I have 2 weeks left. Literally 2 weeks. I'm so excited. And I have 4 days of classes left. No, like basically 4 days. Yeah, like 3 days. I can see the end. And I graduate and I get an associate's. You know how much I hated doing this, dude? I stopped caring about school maybe in like sophomore year of high school when I realized, like, what is this getting me? Being perfect in school, what is it getting me? What do you get? Because I was perfect. And then I started being like a mediocre B student, C's and B's, throughout college. And eventually I dropped out because of trauma, lots of trauma. That's a whole different story. I should do story time for sometime. But I returned to college just to get a 4.0 again with an associate's degree because I had people, particularly a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend now, who was telling me I don't have a degree, I'm not good at anything, there's no physical proof that I'm worth anything. I was like, okay, get the fuck out and step aside and watch. Because I know I can do 4.0 work. I can get every fucking PhD that I could ever fucking want, every paper. And do better and outperform you, by the way. Outperform you, do better, get better grades, and show up better than you did. Because I am better than you. Okay? And I did. I don't really desire to continue going down this path, but if I wanted to, I could go all the way to get a physical therapy license and all that and outperform him and get better grades than he got. Obviously, 4.0, honors, all of this stuff, scholarships because of it. But why? What's the point? For me, it's just to have some physical, tangible proof that you are a bad bitch. And I'm like, I already know I'm a bad bitch. I've known this the whole time. It's other people who are delusional about me, okay? So, I'm so excited school is almost done though. And we are doing a business starting. I'm kind of scared. I made my first ever invoice. And I checked a potential client's house that he wants cleaned. And I've never done this before, so it's really scary. Really scary. And I'm going to call him tomorrow and talk things over about the invoice and see what he has to say. And I'm scared because I think I'm going to get objections, and I've never dealt with objections before in sales, so it's new to me. Ow, I just scraped my forehead with one of my calluses. But it's new to me. Objections, price objections, spouse objections. He doesn't have a spouse, so we don't have to worry about that. But price objection, if it comes up, I'm unfamiliar with all the different types. There's a plenty. But I'm going to do that tomorrow. And I'm going to scope out my next door neighbor's house for some cleaning she needs done and quote her. It's scary. It's scary, it's hard, it's definitely difficult. But I just applied to a job that was $12 an hour. $12.50, okay? So just get this. I would have to work 4 hours at that job to make $50. 25 for 2 hours. $50 over 4 hours, and for 8 hours, I would get $100. Working for someone else's business, burning myself to the bone. I make $100 in 2 hours working for myself. That's 1/4 of the time it takes working for someone else. It's just hard. It's just hard, and it's scary, and it's like you can't be desperate and you can't chase, but it's like, God, if only I had like $3,000 right now so I could not be so worried about money, because I don't want to worry about money. But also that's what's igniting the fire under my butt to put the work in for the business. Because I'm like, it's sink or swim, baby. It's sink or swim. And we're sinking. The boat is sinking. Get the water out. I need clients. I need people. But all I need, listen, all I need, if I land this job, it pays half my rent. And the thing is, like, I'm so in my head because I'm like, I would never spend this amount of money on the service I'm providing. But you are not your customers. That's what you have to remember. You're not your customers. Your customers might spend money on something that you wouldn't spend on. I would never spend $100,000 on a Ferrari. Okay? Well, you might, but there's customers that you're selling to that would, you know? And that's hard for me. It's hard for me. So we're going to see how this phone call goes. I sent him a text. I didn't hear back from the email. I didn't hear back from the text. And I'm just going to give him a call tomorrow. You know, I'm sure there's objections and it's scary. It's scary. I don't know what the objections will be. Will it be a price objection? You know, I think if I were to negotiate with him, I would say I would drop down the work from 4 hours every time I show up to 2 hours. I like to be thorough, though. I like to clean well, and I like to be thorough. But we shall see. We shall see. Because he also lives southeast, in the southeast of the city. And he's from New York. But I'm like, how much money do you have, you know? Like, if you don't have a lot, this would be like a lot of money. But if you do have a lot, this might just be normal. Because I quoted him, I feel like a pretty reasonable price for what the rate is with people in the area. But we'll see. We shall see. I'm so scared. I'm so nervous, dude. I'm so nervous. Starting a business is really hard. So that's all the things I wanted to talk about. I made another YouTube video. I haven't posted it yet. I don't know what day it's from, but I'm starting a business. I'm graduating college. I'm changing my standards with relationships. And men are wanting me all the time. If I could get like 5 clients for the quote that I'm doing, baby girl. Baby girl. I would be set. I would be set. I would live so abundantly. I would be so happy with 5 clients bi-weekly. Okay? That's not a lot. Okay. We're trying. Please, God, please. Please. Okay. I need to go to bed. I need to let you go too. I have car insurance due pretty soon. And I'm not finding my new card. I have all sorts of mail laying on my dining table right now. It's hard. The hardest thing about life is you have to do everything by yourself. Everything. You have to do mail, you have to do bills, you have to do crying, you have to do food, you have to do gym, you have to do spirituality, you have to do all this stuff by yourself. Dishes, laundry, mail, all by yourself. And the only reason I have a husband is because he does some of those things or makes it easier. It's the only reason. Okay? You know, he might have memorized my name, that one guy. The boy I like. He knows my last name. Is he going to misuse that information to find me? Good. That's a green flag. He's figuring out my last name so he can find me on the internet. It's a green flag. It means he's obsessed with me, as he should be. So, it's the only way to be. Anyway.